Welcome back to Hard Work. Armageddon is here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to paint a WhiteScar. Now most of this is the Squidmore recipe, but I'm going to show you how I do it anyway. Let's get into it. We're going to start with a 50-50 mix of deck tan and black in our airbrush. You could do this by hand if you hate yourself. I don't, so I'm going to airbrush this on. Right, now we have our lovely grey mini. We're going to do the exact same thing with the airbrush. We're just going to take pure deck tan and spray it on all the panels, from leaving the grey and kind of the recessed areas and the darker areas. We've got our nice white looking minis. Now we're going to go even whiter. So we're going to take an ivory, and with a brush you're going to want to paint in wherever you want sort of the brighter spots to be. So just paint wherever you want those highlights to be. So, grab your ivory and get highlighting. Back to the airbrush, take a 50-50 mix of deck tan and white and just smooth back in those new highlights you've added in, and just aim for right at the edge of those highlights you've made. Right, next we're going to apply the transfers to the model, and we're going to do this because we're going to varnish the model for a pin wash, and I don't want to varnish the model twice because I'm lazy, so now's the best time for me to add the transfers. Decals are applied. Now I'm just going to apply a quick matte varnish, and then it's time for an oil wash. You're going to want a 40% spirit mix to a 60% oil mix to make your pin wash. And you're going to want to just dab this down in all of your recesses, and I love doing this. It's so satisfying. Just get all those dark shadows in. Right, grab a Q-tip or a brush and dab it in some white spirit and just wipe down all of those areas you applied the wash to. You want to clean up all of that, just leave it right in those recesses. Right, the next agenda is edge highlights. Grab a 50 mix of deck tan and ivory and start edge highlighting the model. Right. Now that's done, we're going to take our pure ivory and just highlight just the upper half. So we're going to leave the bottom half completely, and we're going to edge highlight just the top half with pure ivory. It's time for the red. We're going to use a glowing red, and I'm going to start with the freehand. So you're going to start by just wanting to block in the general shape of the red, and then you can touch it up later. So let's get to that. I've always got a reference up next to me, something to look at, something to refer to, just to help me kind of visualise the shape I'm going for and kind of correct myself I'm going for. I'm not doing this from memory, you know, that's a hard work, and it's a lot easier just to have a reference next to me. Don't worry about making mistakes. You can always go back with your white and touch it up, so you don't need to worry about smoothness or anything. You can smooth it out later. For now, just focus on getting that shape just right. The freehanding is completed. Now I can do the rest of the red. Forgot to mention this, but while you have the red out, you might as well paint the rest of these little doodads, because it adds a nice bit of flavour to your model. So, you know, it's always worth adding in a bit of extra time. You've already got the paint out anyway. Now for the rest of the base coats. So we're just going to start by filling all the black rubber bits in. You know, I'm just going to take some Vallejo black and use that. Next, we're going to take leather brown and we're going to paint in all the bits that we want brown. We're going to grab some green to do that grenade and paint some of those little doodads while we have to green out. So let's grab our goblinoid green and get painted. Don't forget your little buttons on your power packs as well. Since we have the leather brown out, we're just going to chuck it down on the base. Doesn't need to be perfect coverage, just a rough general coverage. We're going to paint over this anyway later. Grab the Retributive Gold and Lead Belcher and get those metallics painted up. back to the browns. Now we're going to do a little glaze of deep brown to add some colouring, and follow that with an edge highlight of ochre. And a glaze consistency, you want to just get that deep brown and just pull it towards the edge of all of the brown bits. Just adds a little bit of life to that brown. Now just edge highlight the brown. Now back to the red, we're going to take some Sanguine Scarlet and edge highlight all the red, as well as add some volume. So any of the raised areas, we're going to add a little bit of Sanguine Scarlet there, just to make it pop that bit. Now you just want to edge highlight your black with a grey. I'm using Dawnstone. And for our final highlight, just a little bit of Iron Breaker for our silver and gold. For the last detail on the model, we're just going to be painting the Purity Seal. So I'm going to take some Carrick Stone and we're just going to put down a nice base coat on that seal. And just take some black and draw down your little squiggles. I'm not very good at this, but I'll try my best. Right, we've still got the helmet to paint, so let's take some corn red and get those lenses painted in. Then we're going around the lower edge with Mephiston red. Right, now we're just going to put down some Trollslayer orange right on that far inner bit of the eye lens, a bit closest to the centre. I forgot to record it, but you're going to want to put a little dot of white in the back corner of the eyes, and then that's your eyelids is done. So you just want to paint the rest of the head up, painting the metallics. I like to paint the neck seal black, mostly because I'm lazy. Just get all those details done, and then you can glue your head on. We're in the end game now, so let's get on to that base. We're going to grab some Zamsi Desert, and we're just going to coat the base in Zamsi Desert. And get a nice, not too thick coat down. With the Zamsi Desert down, we're going to take our Dawnstone from earlier and just dry brush that all over, catching all those rocks with a nice coat of grey. Right, now grab your grey seer, because we're going to pick out those rocks with a bit of grey seer. Just a little edge highlight on the tips of those rocks, add some definition to the whole thing. And to finish off, I'm going to lay down some tufts and trim the base black. And there we have it, a lovely WhiteScars model. This method only takes me around 6 hours. I say only, that's quite a bit of time. It's not ridiculous, and I think the results speak for themselves. So thank you all for watching. This has been a lot of hard work.